Hello. Today we'll walk through how to use the Operating Expense Reconciliation Report within Nakisa Portfolio Management. I'm Candace, a contract manager. I manage contracts that include operating costs, like utilities, cleaning, and maintenance. Sometimes those costs need to be reconciled with the actual expenses of a location, ensuring tenants pay their fair share. Today I'll walk you through how I use the Operating Expense Reconciliation Report to track this information. I'll start by showing you where to find all the information that's available in the report directly in the location and contract. Then I'll show you where to find the Operating Expense Reconciliation Report, as well as some tips on how to customize the report for your needs. First, I'll show you where to find reconciliation information in your location and contract. I'll open an active location and navigate to the Operating Costs form. Here, I can add new operating costs or update existing ones. I already have operating costs entered for year 2025, so I'll click on the context menu to view the details. The costs for 2025 are split into 3 expense groups. Each expense group can also be broken down into expense types. Next, I'll open the corresponding contract. From the contract menu, I select Conditions. Inside the Conditions form, I see a condition defined for CAM expenses. This defines the payment conditions for operating expense categories. Next, I'll click on the Reconciliation tab to view my reconciliation periods. A reconciliation entry for 2025 already exists, showing a total reconciled amount of $6,942.48. To view the details, I'll click the Context menu and then Edit. This reconciliation period runs from January 1st to June 30th, 2025, and shows that an invoice for $7,550 was received on June 10th. I'll click on the Expense Type Mapping tab. Here I can verify the link between each operating cost expense type with its corresponding condition. This ensures that every expense is tied to the right contractual rule. Once finished, I click on the Reconciliation tab. On this page, I can see the calculated year-end reconciliation. I can also see the charges if they have been created. In this case, I have 3 charges due, adding up to $6,942.48. With all our reconciliation information verified, I'll now show you where to find the report, as well as how to customize it. From the main menu, I'll go to the Reports section and click on the Operating Expense Reconciliation Report. By default, I see a consolidated view across all locations. To customize my report view, I can either use filters to change the fields or narrow down my data scope, or I can adjust the report columns. Let's start with the filters. On the left-hand side, I click on the Filter panel icon. Using the filters, I'll customize what fields or information I want to see. I want to narrow down the location list, so I'll select the Location ID filter and choose the location we reviewed. If I need a new filter, I can click the plus sign to add one. The icon will be disabled if all filters are already selected. I can also use the toggle filter option to enable or disable certain filters. Once I'm done adjusting my filters, I can save this view for future use. To do that, I click on Filter Profiles. The profile will save the current filter view so that when I next open this report, I can simply select the profile to apply all my filters. Next, we'll customize the report columns. I click on the Settings icon on the right-hand side of the report. Now I can enable or disable certain columns using the checkboxes. I can click on the Add Column button to add any that aren't available by default. Once done, I click on Close to finalize the report. Once I'm satisfied, I click the Export Table icon to download the report in my preferred format. And that's it. In just a few steps, I've customized the report to suit my needs, providing me with a clear idea of what's owed. Thanks for watching.